Hey everyone, this is J-Dog and I'm here with another video. Yep, another incident involving this moron by the name of Stephen A. Smith, or Stephen A. Snitch, or Stephen A. Bitch, because that's exactly what he is. So what? Has he attacked another black fighter? Another black athlete? Well, yeah, he's revealed that when he went after Kyrie Irving, that it was personal. But that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about his attack on the new black media. So he went on his podcast and going around saying that these people are making these YouTube accounts and basically that we are taking shortcuts to grow our channels, and that he said that he's basically saying that we're trying to be wannabe journalists, and that he's a real journalist because he went to school and everything like that. And we're like, screw him. But the new black media, or just independent media in general, regular content creators who don't work for these big media outlets. The difference between you, Stephen A. Smith, and the reason why people are coming to YouTubers and TikTokers, he probably wants TikTok to be banned. The reason why they're coming to social media outlets is because some of the content creators, some of the users of these social media outlets, they have a little bit more freedom because, number one, they don't have to wait to be hired by a news outlet to report news. They just we as content creators just look up news or look at the news that's already being and say our own opinions, or look up news that's not being talked about, create our own news outlets, and use YouTube, and that's how, and then some of us will speak our own minds. People like Phil Scott, he created the African Diaspora channel. That's a news outlet that's on YouTube because he works with different people. Tariq Nasheed has his own podcast. You have the LDBC. They create their own group to help revolve around sports, and particularly sports of basketball and boxing. They talk about other sports too, whether it's members or affiliates or just friends and supporters. They talk about sports, but they also talk about political stuff. And they try to speak as much of the truth as possible, unlike you, who has to pander to the advertisers and the mainstream media, who's only pushing out certain agendas. Like you are, Stephen A. Smith. You going around attacking black athletes, even though you failed to become an athlete. So you attack black athletes, and you also try to help spread the agenda against black people, black men, and black women, in the diaspora, with the help of the mainstream media, like the Disney Corporation, who runs the ESPN asset. Which, by the way, instead of worrying about the new black media, you need to worry about if he's going to still have a job this year. Because, as far as I'm concerned, we all heard about the many financial failures of Disney doing the flopping movies and other assets not making enough money, like your ESPNs. Their ratings are going down. Because, number one, they're listening to new black media and other outlets that people would prefer hearing. And now it's gotten to the point where all this is so bad, the entire Disney Corporation or just ESPN alone have to do layoffs. And Stephen A. Smith is concerned about his job, or maybe he has people within his co-workers he don't want them to get rid of because he has gone in friendship with them. He doesn't want them to get fired either. But mostly he doesn't want to get fired. But he knows, just because he's the top analyst over at ESPN, he might actually be spared because he's the talk about guy. He's one of the top guys. But he may have friends who he may not want them to get fired, who he bond a friendship over, or he fears he might still be fired because it doesn't matter if they're not bringing up the viewers or money, then they need to be, Disney might end up doing layoffs. And like I said, it's because Disney has been losing a lot of money lately on different assets, on different projects, and in order to save money, they may have to begin doing layoffs. And they go in all the different departments of Disney, including ESPN, to see who has to get the chopping block. And he's now afraid that he might end up getting the chopping block on that. And then if that happens, all that buck dancing will be for nothing if he's one of the people chosen to get fired. He has to buck dance hard and hope that he doesn't get caught doing something stupid or something that's criminal, because that can just one wrong move and there goes his job. Meanwhile, the content creators that he's attacking, they don't have to worry about that, especially if they own their own media platforms. Even if it's within YouTube and, YouTube community guidelines, we still have as much freedom than Stephen A. Snitch. Because sometimes we're not heavily enforced by the community guidelines. Some of us are able to find some of the loopholes so that we can still talk on YouTube or other platforms. Some people have gone on the way to create their own platforms to help keep their channel survive, and they get to talk about what they want to talk about. Unlike Stephen A. Smith, he has to talk about what his network, what his media outlet, what his company, his employers want him to talk about. That's the real reason why he's still there. To help spread the agenda. But he's mad that he thinks that ESPN or him is losing viewership from social media because we speak the truth. But that's all I have to say about this situation. I want to know, you know what this reminds me of? About a couple months ago, where the same thing was going on around Moist Lamont Hill and Michael Eric Dyson. Let's see. Yeah, Moist Lamont Hill, Lamont Hill and Michael Eric Dyson were complaining about the same people Stephen A. Smith is complaining about, that we are becoming influencers, or that we get more views despite them were the ones that went to college to become journalists and blah, blah, blah. But no one is, because of the stupid stuff, no one is listening to them. That's how Stephen A. Smith is behaving right now. He's behaving like Mark Lamont Hill and Michael Eric Dyson, that they're not getting much viewership on their streaming platforms or their YouTube channels, because even though they disrespect YouTube, some of them have platforms on YouTube. I think out of these lamestream news anchors or analysts, the only one after they left the company that decided to create their own, even though I have issues with this guy and I just don't respect this guy, but he did create his own platform, and that is Roland Martin. Yeah, he's trying to still get a job at CNN or MSNBC, but he at least, even if we hate his platform, he still created his own platform. He still owns his own platform. Now, do I like his platform? No. Because of the stuff and antics and the stupidity that goes on it, and the fact that he caters to a certain party. But he did, unlike your Stephen A. Smiths and some of your other black journalists or anchors or other media conglomerate former employees, after they lost their jobs on one of these big networks, they were never seen again or heard about again. But at least, as much as we hate Roland Martin, and we do hate him, I'd hate him, he did at least create his own platform, and he should continue his own platform, even if we don't like it. It's because he needs to realize that he doesn't need the lamestream media. He doesn't need to butt kiss the lamestream media. If he has his own platform, he can try to grow it, and he won't need the lamestream media. That's what a lot of us in the new black media are trying to do. The Phil Scott, he's the best example of creating your own news outlet with the African Diaspora channel. When it came to podcasts, I remember when Tariq Nasheed created Ism Radio. And then I think there's some kind of podcast or something outlet that Dr. Boyce Watkins created. They didn't go around trying to beg for jobs for lamestream media. They decided to create their own. And it has gotten to the point where it became popular, to the point where they're even equaling, trying to get as much viewers as possible, that's even surpassing the lamestream media, or just at least one anchor within the lamestream media. So screw you, Stephen A. Snitch. Want to complain about everything, and that you want to attack black athletes, but you leave white athletes alone. But that's all I have to say about this. I want to know what y'all think in the comment section. Write down in the comment section what y'all think. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit that notification bell. But that's all I have to say for now. This is J-Dog. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch y'all in another video. Peace, everyone.